Greetings, my friends. How are you? Hi there, happy. Hello, Diane. Hi, Patriot Angel. Well, welcome. It's great to see you. Hey, from the Bay. Hi, Empress. How are you? Hey, Mama Mo. How are you? Aloha. Um, yeah. So I hope everybody's doing well. It's a little bit late. It's nearly 10 o'clock on Sunday night. Um, I am very disappointed that tomorrow's Monday. I've got so much work. Tomorrow's going to be, a 12-hour day, but um, I've enjoyed this weekend for a lot of different reasons. Hi, Diane. Hi, Abigail Rose. Love the name Abigail Rose. Hi, Bianca Cruz. Hey, Loosely. Welcome, my friend. Hey, Annabelle. We come from a land down under. Uh, so I actually I did enjoy my weekend very much, and I did a lot of like doing graphics and editing on a video. There was a AK, what's now AK Rocks. He was on my channel quite a long time ago. We did an interview. Well, I was doing a live. He ended up joining. We had a great conversation. It was a lot of fun. He's a nice guy. He's funny. And so it's a long video. It was like a 3 hour live. And so, or no, it was actually like four, and so I knew I couldn't put that whole huge live up, and so I've been saying I was going to put, just get some excerpts, and do a little bit more, a little more manageable um, video, and so I've done that. That was a big part of what I worked on this weekend. So as soon as I get that one finally, play it through, watch it from beginning to end, and see if there's anything else that I need to change on it or anything. Then that'll be going up. So that was fun. I had a great time. I learned how to make my thumbnails. I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but I haven't really had thumbnails, right? I just put up pictures because I don't know how to make them. And so I finally decided Friday, I'm just going to, just buckle down and figure it out. And so that's what I did. And so you will start seeing on, like, I've gotten Barry Morphew, I've got that basic thumbnail done. So any video that I do related to the Suzanne Morphew case, it's going to have that particular thumbnail, but I'll change a little bit on it. But the red and black with Barry's face, that's going to be the thumbnail for those videos. I also, I think that I've got I do like the Barry Morphew thumbnail very much. Um, and I think that I like my Chadster. I think I like that thumbnail too. Let me see. Hold on, let me find it. Hold on. I'm gonna try to put that one up and let y'all see it and see what y'all think about it. Hold on. I wasn't prepared to do this, but let's see. All right, almost there. Almost there. 1 minute. Okay. So I think I'll put it up this way. You can't really see it though. Maybe make it. Let's see. This works better. I'll do it this way. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. So let me change my shared. Stop the screen, and then I'm going to share. The Jewels of Thought channel. Share. Okay, let me make y'all. Okay, so there. So, um, so this for the first two videos that you see there, that's just my flag. You know, the name of my channel, the artwork there. Um, I've got to I've got to develop a thumbnail for Gabby Petito to put on those videos that are about Brian and whatnot. This one is the Alec Baldwin tragedy, which is on the far right. It's that purple and blue, which I rather like. Um, if zero being like you just hate the thumbnail, it's awful, horrible, ineffective, no good, all the way up to 5 being great, super, the best video you've ever seen. So a 3 would be it's an average thumbnail. What do y'all think about the Alec Baldwin thumbnail? I like it. That's actually what I was thinking, Hannibal. I was looking at that, but I want to be careful with that one because I want it to reflect. Oh, Scarlett, you're so sweet. The Gabby Petito thumbnail, I want it to be warm, right? Because ultimately it's just tragic. They're both gone. You know, it's just a terrible situation. So I want to be very careful. You know, the parents are now very active on social media. They're going to remain active. They want Gabby to, they want her to be associated with teaching about domestic violence and staying safe and that kind of thing. Um, so so I want to be careful. But and then the Barry Morphew one, you know, I wanted that one to be kind of ominous, um, and so you know, so I think that did it. But I did end up liking this one on the Alec Baldwin. It's almost kind of like a bullet, right? And maybe that's in bad taste, but anyway, I liked it, and I really liked the font kind of matching up, you know, with the rest of it, with you know the angles and whatnot. So I love that. And then let's see, let me get the Barry Morphew. So there's the Barry Morphew. This one, this one just says the first one just says plain old Barry Morphew. Um, and it's kind of scary, but it still shows Barry in a positive light, right? Because that's a picture that he was particularly handsome or whatever. So I don't know. I think that's kind of you know, it's I think it captures the tone of the case, right? This video I changed it and I added the word litigious to it's the basic thumbnail, and then I added the word litigious. This is the one that's talking about the fact that Barry's got the attorneys from New York that are suing the public officials. And then this one, this was Barry Morphew, but I changed it to because it was about Shoshona, and so that's her picture that's on there rather than Barry's. So those are the ones. And then this is the Chadster. It's the Chadster. I actually do like this one a lot. Here, let me try to make it bigger. I think it's cute. Hold on. Okay. So there's the Chadster. So it says the Chadster and his love goddess. That's the basic thumbnail. It says to be leader of a sex cult comes with great responsibility. Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell, tales from a dirty portal. Okay. Okay. So that's there. It kind of like from the 1950s, right? What do y'all think? Is it cute? 0 is it's awful. 5, it's great. 3, it's average and acceptable. What do y'all think? See what y'all's opinion is of the Chadster. Funny? Okay. Well, he's just a little goober head, isn't he? He's just a little goofy guy. Yeah. Hannibal, thank you for your honesty. I appreciate that. Yeah. So, I don't know why. I don't know what it is about Chad Daybell, but for some reason, I just get this image of this. It just seems so 1950-ish kind of, um, you know, geeky guy reading space, books and Buck Rogers and good, Scarlett. Okay, good deal. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, yeah, so I have a couple more that I need to get worked out. I really do think I like the Chadster and his Love Goddess. I think that one's appropriate. And yeah, right, Carol. Exactly. Exactly. I also do very much like, well, I ended up liking all three of them. I like the Barrymore few because he is kind of dark and ominous, right? But I really like the Alec Baldwin thing. I don't know. I just ended up having fun with all of them. All right. So my skills continue to grow. Okay. So I still got a couple more. Now, there are a few cases that I'm going to be opening up and starting to pay attention to. I'm also starting a new channel. And my new channel is, well, I don't want to tell you what my new channel is, but I am starting a new channel. I got it all set up, got it ready to go. And if you are interested in the name of it and you would like to come and be a part of that channel, then email me at foolsandsages@gmail.com and I'll answer it, but I'm not going to announce it on this particular channel. All right. And then finally, let's see. So the point of my live tonight is to talk about, here we go. I want to talk about Northport police in terms of the gathering of evidence, the investigation into Brian Laundrie. Look, this is how weird this case is, okay? This case is so weird that my niece messages me. She writes a little paragraph about, Brian being found dead, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, what does that mean? This is crazy. How could this be? And I'm just like, I have no idea. I was busy paying attention to these other, crimes. And I really and truly haven't, talked much about the whole Brian Laundrie thing. My focus was on the body cam and how the cops kind of manipulated the situation. And I felt like that was really important to bring that out, and that Gabby should have been she should have been protected and supported. The cops didn't seem to understand that was perfectly natural in her situation. That was natural for her to try to take responsibility and protect Brian. They just thought, well, she's saying, she hit first, so that must be what happened. They just didn't have the proper, understanding and training. So that was my real focus. I just couldn't look, I understand people going down in front of the house and putting pressure on this family to try to tell where Brian was. I understand that. It's not that I don't understand it. I do. But I'm uncomfortable with it, right? Um, I think that if the police had been more proactive, I think it would not have reached that point. I think people did that, it would appear, because they felt that the police were not doing their job. Now, that is my opinion. So I don't know if that's true, but that's what it seems like to me. And so, you know, it just it was uncomfortable, right, for me. It was designed to be uncomfortable. I'm not saying. So I don't know. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to cover it and talk about these people that were exercising their rights. I certainly understood the the drive to put the pressure on the parents. I was frustrated with the police that they weren't doing all that they could be doing legally, as I am with Patrick Murphy. Um, but I don't think that means becoming the aggressor. I think they're anyway. I think people, when they feel like that our law enforcement or elected officials, when they're not doing what their role for society is supposed to be, I think that's when the citizens get frustrated and they try to take matters in their own hands. So I just, kind of wasn't my thing to talk about that. But now things have really changed, and I've been doing a lot. I am learning everything that I can learn about this attorney. Yes. Um, I'm very uncomfortable with some things that he said and done. I don't understand how he's getting away with it. He is not licensed to practice law in Florida. Did y'all know that? So his attorney client privilege doesn't stand, even though he's declaring client privilege. The other problem, Cinnamon, you're kidding. Oh my God. Really? Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to call my niece. Um, I'm going to put I'm going to put a link if you want to come up and talk about this. We don't have to, but if you want to. Hey, Roadrunner. Wow, I'm blown away. Okay. So the other day, I'm thinking Cinnamon Hot Hot. So the other day, they did say, and we talked about it on our channel, that they used medical dental records, correct? And that was why they found the body one day, and then they came back the next day and said yes, it's Brian. They used dental records and confirmed that it's Brian. Isn't that right? And so we said, okay, well, they went old school. I remember using that term. Said they went old school and they used the medical records. I mean, the dental records. Then yesterday, listen, yesterday they came out, the officials came out, told Brian Enton that they only had a piece of a jaw. And I said, well, then your whole we use dental records, that didn't happen. They don't use just one or two teeth. If they are going to use dental records to identify identity of a cadaver, they have to have a certain percentage of the jaw that's intact with a certain number of teeth, and then they take a percentage of what is a perfect match. So they lied. But the question is, who lied? That's the question. Who was pushing? Holy hell, I am freaked out right now. Oh my goodness, this is the most amazing. Okay, let me hold on, y'all. I'm going to Fox News. And this makes what my topic of our video tonight makes it even more important now if this is accurate. And I believe you, hot cinnamon, you're like my right hand man. I have no reason not to believe what you're saying. I am freaked out. Okay, well, let's see. Huh, other people must be on here because it's not scrolling. The page is frozen. Hold on. Okay, well, that it's not showing here. Let me try Twitter. Hold on, let me look. Sorry, breaking news just totally. Okay, why would it matter? So, the original footage of the water bottle, which is what we're going to show tonight, we're going to talk about. And somebody says, "Well, why does this even matter? Why are you putting this up?" Well, now we know why, because the body was not his. Still not seeing it. Oh my gosh, it's got to be here somewhere. Hold on. I'm amazed. I'm going to put breaking news in laundry. This is like we are being totally punked. Here it is. Y'all. Okay, Daily Mail U.S. Brian Laundrie's autopsy is inconclusive. Florida authorities have told the family the remains are now being sent to an anthropologist. Oh, that was 2 days ago, though. Well, we're still looking for the new. It's not out yet. It Tom Brady, Senator Mike Lee, Florida mother, Missouri hit by bad tornadoes in Missouri. Big earthquake in I think Taiwan, and then a moderate earthquake in California at the same time. Alec Baldwin was given the prop gun by crew member who had a previous safety complaint against him. Sounds like they set him up, doesn't it? Okay, well, I'm still not seeing. We had an airplane made an emergency landing in the cabin filled with smoke. Arrest Fauci. We're going to talk about that too. I'm still not getting that the results are negative for Brian Laundrie. Let's see. Nope, still don't have it. Okay, we'll just wait till it comes in, right? Okay. So, did they say anything else, Cinnamon? Well, see, Carol, that brings up a really good point. The law enforcement said they knew where Brian was. Was anyone watching the video cameras that they installed, right? Um, with that spokesperson for Northport Police, Josh something, um, he didn't seem like he recognized that there were cameras. And, I think it did seem like the FBI did not trust Northport. So this is sketchy. This is so sketchy. Hannah Bell said that she found it on Twitter. Daily News, Brian Laundrie. Okay. I'm looking. Let me go back. Okay. There was another body found in a car in Naples, Florida. Human remains found. Read. View. Remains found. That was on the 22nd. Where's the news from the 24th? Um, that's September 24th, not October 24th. This is crazy. Let me refresh, see if we get news from today. October 20th. October 20th. No? New York Daily News. Well, I wish we could find it, y'all. Okay, that's September. That's not it. Um, I am not finding it, people. I don't I'm just not seeing it, y'all. I've looked so many different places and it's just not seeing it. Okay. So let me go back over here. All right. Um it is incredible, Flor Marina. I just jumped on Molly Golightly's channel. She's putting it out on Facebook. Brian Enron hasn't posted this info. Said Nancy Grace just made the announcement, but we don't know if it is speculation. Going back over there, I'll be back. I can't find it either. Sorry, it must be fake news. No, I don't think it's fake news. I think that's what happens when new stuff comes out that's unexpected. People get hesitant, they hesitate. They want to make sure. If you heard it on Fox News, that's pretty good. That's pretty good indication that it may be something. But let me go on while everybody's trying to find verification for us on this particular point. Let me go ahead and talk about this new bit of information that I wanted to talk about today. This is a YouTube video that was put up today by a TikToker who was at the reserve today. And they were walking around. Everything opened back up to the public. A lot of people went out and they went to the area where his body was found or allegedly found, and they began looking. And so people found items, right? Or not today, but yesterday. People found items that were really interesting and seemed, I don't know, like they might be important, right? Now, this bozo, Josh, the spokesperson for Northport Police, who really just has seemed like he doesn't really, he does not seem to have a good grasp of the facts of the case. You don't know why that may be. Maybe it's because the FBI is mainly handling it, and they're not giving very much information to the city police. I don't know, but it does seem like he said things that you would think he would know, but he had a little bit wrong. But the general public does know, so it's very kind of strange. Well, he came out and said, because Brian Enton said, hey, people are out there and they're finding items that are important or seem to be important. And like, what are y'all going to collect those items or what's going to happen? And this Josh fella, he says, oh no, anything that's found today, it does not have anything to do with the Brian Laundrie case. It was like the proclamation of a king, right? Whatever I say, my word is my bond, and so shall be truth, right? It's how a lot of these hateful troll people do. They make proclamations that are lies, but they say them as if they're truth. But most people don't follow. Most people go, well, that sounds like BS. So it is odd that the public information guy for Northport Police would say, even though the police are out there at the same time that the citizens are out there, the police are also out there. And he's now telling the press, oh, no, anything they might find, it's nothing. It's not related to Brian Laundrie. All right? Well, guess what they found today? More bones. I'm going to go out on a limb here. Is that important? Should they worry about, custody of these items and properly bagging them and collecting them as evidence so that they can be tested lest they be important, right? So it's very strange that he says in this odd, manner that, oh no, not nothing to worry about, nothing to see here. Um, this is just this is just this is just trash that's been left out there and nothing to worry about here. So this TikToker puts up a video on YouTube and documents this process that she went through. I want to give you the name of this channel so that you can go back and watch the whole thing. Hold on. East. Excuse me, I'm yawning. No, it wasn't Unjustified that put it out. Oh, yeah, I guess it was Unjustified. Sorry about that. I thought the original TikToker had a channel, but she didn't. She put it up on Unjustified's channel. Okay, we love Unjustified, obviously. So, okay. So let's look at what the TikTok person documented. Did they follow what seemed to be best practices in terms of if you're helping a community search and you find something, should you pick it up? Should you walk around with it? What should you do with it? And then ultimately, let's watch and see how the cops respond to this conscientious TikToker, right? All right. So let me check one more time, see if we got any kind of okay. All right, so here we go. I think. Come on.
Mom, how did you get through here? There's rattlesnakes in here. There's a water bottle right here.
Okay. So there's a green water bottle, and it is from a place in, I believe she ends up saying Portland, Oregon, I think maybe. Or maybe it was someplace in Washington. So she looks at it. She says, "No, I can't pick it up. I'm not going to touch it." Yada yada. And they call the police. The Northport police are there, and so they call the Northport police over, and they say, "Hey, we've found this water bottle, and probably y'all want to take it as evidence, right?" And let's see. Let's see what the cops end up doing when this conscientious young woman says, "Hey, we found something."
Whoa, I just found something. Oh my God. Okay. I found something really, this is, I think, a water bottle. It says,
Obviously, this young lady is really emotional, and rightly so. Wouldn't you think that after you find Brian Laundrie, the biggest manhunt this country has seen probably since O.J. Simpson, after you this big manhunt, They supposedly find his backpack, his notebook, a dry bag, his body, part of his body. Wouldn't you think that the cops would have gone over this area with a fine tooth comb? I mean, like picking up cigarette butts, even, correct? Being sure they collect every single little thing possible, right? Okay, so they alert Northport. They say, "Hey, we found something." You can see the other woman is documenting herself. Okay, now watch.
Like I said, we didn't know if it was something, but we better be safe than sorry. I appreciate everything. What?
Okay, question: how did they know that it wasn't anything to worry about? Just because they're the great and powerful police, and it's our job to just blindly believe whatever they happen to say? Is that why we're supposed to do that? Or can we have some confidence in ourselves and what we know, right? So let me get I've got to put this into a Word document to make it big enough to see. Hold on, I'm going to show you something. Hold on. So what I do is I put it into the Word document, and then I can blow it up as big as I want it. So you can see what is important. All right. It's a little distorted in size. Hold on. Make it. And I want to make sure that nobody can see what my documents say, because there are weirdos. And y'all are very kind to sit through this with me as I fight to make it work. All right, here we go. Okay, we're going to have to share that. Let me make sure I don't have anything showing that I'll be upset about. All right. So now I'm going to share with you. So many errors have been made. Absolutely, yes. It's very strange that it seems. I think we need I need to show you a Word document. Where would that be? That is not it. Why is that not showing up there? Hold on, let me start this over because it's not showing that particular Word document. Maybe because I didn't save the document. I may have to save it for it to show up in the tab. Let's see. Come on. My computer's frozen. So frustrating. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, this. No, it is frozen. Like, oh, get out. Wow, it is really frozen. I don't even have any idea if you guys can hear me at this point. Now I got two. Weird. No, it's frozen. Completely. Okay, I'm back. Can y'all hear me now? Okay, Shannon Gill, you are a sweetheart, Shannon. Thank you. I really, really appreciate you verifying that. That's amazing. Okay, people. So we have breaking news. Breaking news. The anthropologist will look at the bones to determine cause of death. We get to wait. It's definitely him, says Jennifer White. But Shannon Gill says Fox News just aired with the FBI stating the bones are not Brian's. There was no DNA match. Okay? Now then, what did ABC say? ABC said the body was Brian's. They do not need a whole body to make that determination. It's not like he's walking around without part of a skull or a face. So we don't have verification. Well, no, Hannibal, the part about Brian being dead, that is Florida. Okay, so we got verification from Shannon. Fox News, everybody's saying yes. Fox News announced it. Okay, good deal. Okay, now then. So let's get back to the planned information, and we're going to go now to. I've got to go to my. Here it is. Okay, I've got it right there. Share. Okay, now then. So here is the bottle that was found by, let me make sure you guys can see that before I keep going. Yep, you can see it. All right. So here is the bottle that is found by the TikToker. I believe her name was Amy. And then magically, and I hope Northport Police, I hope you guys are listening, because you guys have bungled this in a way that is jaw-dropping. Like the level of shock at how badly you guys have bumbled through this it makes me unhappy to say this. I am a blue line person. Protect the cops. I don't want to live in a world where law enforcement is not there to protect us. Okay, I don't. But I don't understand how things could have gone so badly with Northport Police, and the FBI obviously also felt the same. Okay? So I started this by talking about, they came out and they said, yes, it's Brian. And I thought, how it took weeks for DNA to come back on Gabby. How did they know overnight if they've only got partial remains? Oh, we use dental records. That's what they actually said. We use dental records. I said, okay, well, that's old school, but it's, it can be effective if the person has had dental work. You have the records, that can be done. Good faith. I naturally trust the police. I said, I'm sure that this is on the up and out, not a problem. We find out yesterday they only have part of a jaw. Well, teeth fall out of broken jaws. And the way that they do, the way that they follow the process, there has to be a percentage of the teeth with exact matches with the x-rays from the dental records. And I thought, there's no way. If they've only got a little bit of a jawbone, they may have a molar that looks perfectly, like, let's say that Brian's back right molar was intact, and the jaw has a back right molar that's intact. Okay, it's him. They match. No, actually, you're looking for dental work that has been done, not the teeth that are in good condition. So I thought, that's crazy. Why did they tell us they used dental records? They only had a partial piece of a jaw. That's impossible. They can't do that. And now we find out today they opened up the area to the public yesterday. They said we've collected all of our evidence, we got everything, and people went out there, and the cops were out there. It wasn't just citizens, and people are finding crap there all over the place, real evidence, right? So this young woman, Amy, finds this water bottle right here. And she doesn't touch it. She follows all the rules, and she calls there's Northport police that are out there, and so they yell and they say, "Hey, we found something. It's really important. You need to come look." They came over. They looked like they were really, well, I should be snarky. Yeah, I'm gonna be snarky. They look really like they couldn't be bothered. They looked like they were really more interested in maybe going to get a coffee and a donut than to worry about whether that bottle might have been connected to Brian Laundrie. No, we don't need it. That's not related. Nope, sorry. Well, thanks. Better, safe than sorry. Yada, yada, yada. This young woman has the frame of mind to still go, I'm still thinking this doesn't look right. She gets very good photographs. She takes very good pictures. And all of a sudden, what do you guys see right here? Guess what that is? See the circle on the top? And the diamond or the square up on its side on the bottom? Well, let's look at the one lying in the grass. Boom. So what do we know? We know beyond a shadow of a doubt that Brian and Gabby had at least one of these exact water bottles, because it is in the holder in the van. This is huge. This is unbelievable. I'm amazed. Right here. You see that silver thing around it? That's the holder. There's another one down here at the bottom. It's the holder. But look, this is exactly what the decoration looked like when they went on their trip. There's his guitar. This is it. They were ready to roll. There it is. It's even got the yellow around on the top. See? Right over here. Here's another picture of Brian. This is Bizarre Design. This was put up on TikTok's Bizarre Design account. There it is. Bigger in Dallas. No question. What do you see right here? The yellow connector on the top. Here it is, lying there in the field, close to where the body was found. Cops said, don't worry about it. It's not related. Here it is. Right here it says Bizarre Design. This was a photograph that was on Brian's Instagram account. Here's the bottle. Here is Gabby's Instagram account photograph. And here's the bottle right here. They tracked it down. This particular water bottle was purchased from REI, which is a well-known sporting goods type of store, right? The REI Co-op, Nalgene, Sustain, Seek, Nature Graphic, Wide Mouth, water bottle, 32 fluid ounces. It even has the item number right there. So, oops. I mean, when you see this, you see the bottle here on Gabby's Instagram. You see the bottle over here on Brian's Instagram. And then you see the bottle laying right here as the Northport police say, nope, nothing to see here, people. Move along. Nothing to see here. Look, those of you that are law enforcement, you're related to law enforcement, maybe you're married, your dad or mom was law enforcement. we got to do better than this. You know, I trust and believe in the cops wholeheartedly. I'm not a foolish woman. I know that there can be bad actors, no question. But I do believe that for the most part, people that decide to go into law enforcement, they're good people. They're doing it because they want to help. And every now and then you get somebody that's unprincipled. They want the power and control, you know, that kind of thing, right? One of my very dear friends was on the sheriff's department for years and years. Good guy, really good guy, to help anybody in a drop of a hat. So I want to believe. I don't want to believe that there are bad actors in law enforcement. I want to believe that those bad actors are few and far between. I want to believe that for the most part, law enforcement is there to help the citizenry, not target or hurt the citizenry. But you see and hear things like this story, and it gets very difficult to understand, right? It is such a trip, 12 step woman. This is a trip of the highest level. Well, the name of his company was Bizarre Design. He was selling his paintings and stuff online, 12 step, and he named it. Didn't she find bones and socks? They found bones. They found socks. They found some kind of unidentified, almost like a heavy, like a weird fabric that was being used for something. No, that there was something definitely there. There's no doubt about it. There was something there. And the cops did not collect the evidence. Why? Why in the world would you not collect the evidence? Well, here's a question for you. Y'all sit down, get ready for this. It's going to be a shocker. Barry Morphew, his wife, or Suzanne's car, was identified as having the partial match DNA in the glove compartment to a serial rapist in Arizona and in Illinois, right? Multiple locations. It was also on the bicycle. Multiple locations, multiple unsolved crimes. And somehow the guy that raped 3 people also ended up dropping DNA in Suzanne's glove box and putting it on the bicycle. What the hell is that? And you find out as you go to court for the preliminary, you find out that because the detective was on military leave, none of the other investigators followed up. Nobody could pick up the phone and call the investigators in Arizona and say, hey, I'm calling about this sex assault you had there at the little convenience store. I'm here in Colorado. We got a missing woman. This guy's DNA has shown up in her car. Do you have a description of your perp? Like, maybe we should get together and see, maybe the person lives in Salida, or maybe the person lives in Arizona but had just come to Salida as a a vacation. Nobody could contact them. Nobody could contact the Illinois Bureau of Investigation, say, hey, we got a partial match. This is a big deal. We got a homicide here. Husband's been arrested. What? Let's see what is this. Is this guy the guy? Nobody could do that. It all hinged on one detective who was off doing his National Guard duty, because that's what they said. Lindsay said that in the preliminary hearing, and you think, yeah, that's kind of a big deal that they didn't have an answer when it came up. Of course, these 2 attorneys from Denver, of course, they're going to say, what about the DNA? And they just weren't prepared for that answer. So that makes you uncomfortable with Linda Stanley and her investigators. Makes it uncomfortable. But then you add in, on top of the DNA problem, you add in two, not one secret bank account, two secret bank accounts that they identified. They used the guy's name to find the lover. And nobody ever thought, hey, you know what? We probably ought to get a subpoena and see if there's any money in those accounts. Like, what if there's money there? Then maybe there's money. Hell, maybe someone in Ecuador has been, buying food with the money from that account. Nobody did. They wanted to say, and they did say, hey, we found two secret bank accounts that Suzanne had, and Jeff Libler was the emergency contact. Case closed. That was kind of the, and everybody's like, excuse me, you just introduced another potential storyline that maybe Suzanne didn't get hurt at all, that Barry didn't kill her, the rapist didn't kill her. Maybe she planned it and she ran off into the sunset laughing. Nobody checked the bank account. Again, I want to say this loud and clear. I'm a blue line supporter. I want cops, good cops. I was raised in a home where police officers, if you got lost or if you were hurt, I was supposed to look for a police officer because they're the guys that are there to help you, or girls that are there to help you. And we've got this enormous story coming out of Colorado where people were confused at the I don't know, do we want to call it incompetence of the investigators? Do we want to call it calculating? Maybe they did it on purpose. Maybe that was their way of avoiding a Brady violation. Well, Judge, we didn't know because we didn't follow up. It's not exactly the same thing as having the information and failing to turn it over to the defense. But because, look, I want to be honest here. If that was the mindset, that it was strategic not to follow up on the DNA and the bank accounts, well, that sounds like an ethical violation to me too. So I'm very worried about the whole law enforcement stuff right now. And I don't know. Here's a question for everyone here. Is this the result of a nation in decline? That our law enforcement system, the judges, the courts, the elected officials, the police officers, that they're just not trained, they just don't know what they're doing? Or just a minute, Sarah, I'll answer that. Or is it really an ethical problem? We saw the video of the TikToker. Hey, cops, we found some stuff here, please. Excuse us, we didn't touch anything. We were really careful. Oh, no, it's not anything. Don't worry. We don't want that. That's nothing. Okay. All right. Well, better safe than sorry. One more thing. Excuse me, police officer. Would you like these bones? Because they look human. This is crazy. Isn't it? It is so unbelievable that I can't even, it's very concerning. Very. Sarah says, please be aware everyone in law enforcement isn't law enforcement. Sometimes criminals get jobs there because they're gutsy. The police you're referring to was 35 years ago. Police today, you don't know if it's a good or bad one when you call. Well, no, I would agree, Sarah. And I am a naive. I'm not naive. Uh, I I genuinely believe that the majority of people are good people, and that people that are doing their jobs, that they're doing them and they want to do them well. Um, Maybe that's a flaw that I have. Um, but I do want it to be that way. I want, when I'm encountering a police officer, I want to have that confidence that this is a good moral person and that I'm safe in their presence, right? And I know they're bad guys. I know that there are people that join the police departments and whatnot because they want power. But this was just too blatant. The cops just stand there. They're both, not that it really matters, I guess, but they just both look like they can't be bothered. They look like they don't give a damn. And I want you to imagine that this is among the more tragic stories that we've talked about this whole year, right? I mean, it's terrible how this is all played out. Of course, now we're finding out maybe he's not dead. Maybe that wasn't him at all. Maybe the crazy conspiracy theorists were right all along. Right? Did y'all watch Popcorn Planet? I put the link in my community section to go over to Popcorn Planet. He had a young couple that was on his channel today. They built the garden bunker. They built it in their backyard in Florida, and it totally worked. It's crazy. It did look like laziness, Serenity. Thank you for saying that. I felt that. I felt they looked lazy, they looked tired, they looked like, hey, I want to go get a donut. I don't want to be out here in this humidity and this heat. It's doubtful that we're going to find anything. But then when you do find something, you err on the side of caution, right? And Kim Claflin says that it seems like there's so much corruption. How the hell did the parents find it? They wrote that note, not Brian. How was the notebook seemingly dry? Girl was told to throw the water bottle away. It will disappear. Oh my goodness. What are they doing? What is going on? Most people are highly ethical. We just hear of the bad ones. There are millions of police out there working. I agree 100%, Diane. And I am idealistic, Sarah. Thank you. I think that's a really good word. I am very idealistic. I want to live in a good world. I want to live in a world where people are mostly honest and good. But I also recognize we don't. And we have a few bad actors, not a lot. The fact of the matter is, the majority of people that you meet at any point in your day, they're just like you. They're just normal, good, regular people trying to live the life. But occasionally, we run across a monster. Occasionally. Okay, the good cops have approached me and told me to watch out for the bad ones. To my face, they've said it. And there is that problem in Salida that there appear to be a group of people that are protecting Barry. And they don't like when people come to town and are searching for Suzanne. They don't like it. They want it all to go away. So, now I don't think these people are law enforcement, but it's a strange. I got a feel really bad for his kids and his mom. And you, how would you cope with that? You do I'm going to guess you do exactly what they're doing, which is to stand firmly with the person you love. Excuse me. You stand firmly with the person you love, and then you, I guess, hope for the best, right? But come on, let me point something out here. We are indignant when um we see this water bottle in the van. Here it is right here. And this was on Brian's Instagram. Here it is again over here. This was on Gabriella's Instagram. There's no damn doubt that this damn water bottle was Brian's. No doubt about it. But the implications are this, that how long were they out there? A couple of days, 2-3 days, collecting evidence and combing through, and nobody found this damn water bottle? So does that mean that when they left, Brian came back? People said, of course not. How can you say such a thing? Brian's dead. They verified it. They verified through dental records. Well, now we're finding out they couldn't have verified through dental records because they didn't have a jaw. They had a partial jaw. And then tonight, it would appear that not CNN, Fox News has come out and said, no, there is no DNA match. It's not Brian. Can you imagine if you were Gabby's parents listening to this, seeing this, wanting to just say to those cops, what do you mean it doesn't matter? That is their water bottle. How did it get there? Why didn't somebody pick it up? And why didn't those cops care to pick it up and put it in an evidence bag? Right? So, it's very disturbing that it just seems like it's so many cops that are just not willing to put their heart into their job. I'm going to tell you, if that was me, if I was Barry and I had been arrested and in jail for, I don't know how long he was there, 6 months, and nobody looked at the bank account to see if somebody was using it, or even if there was any money in it. No one looked to see where Jeff Libler was on the day that Suzanne went missing. He had a lot to lose. He had a wife, 5 kids, great career. No one looked. The DNA, nobody following up with that to find out about this rapist that's somehow dropping DNA in Suzanne's car. Let's be real. What if that was your son that was just spent 6 months in jail and these cops couldn't follow up on the DNA or the bank account? You wouldn't be happy. Right? So I don't know. Look, and I need to clarify before I get too far out, away. Hey, Doctora Latina, I heard the no DNA was from a fake Fox News station. Good Lord. Oh my God. Well, thank you, Dr. Latina. Wow. It's crazy, isn't it? It's just so crazy. It's so crazy. Okay, well, anyway, so we still don't have confirmation. We don't know. We're just We don't know. We're just going to have to wait until it comes out, till they work it out and decide what the story's going to be, I guess, right? In the meantime, back on the ranch in Colorado, um, do I think that Barry's innocent? No. No, in my opinion, there are things that are inexplicable. He did things that defy logic if he wasn't responsible for her disappearance. Now, if he was responsible, then his unusual behaviors make perfectly good sense, right? So we know that there's no doubt Suzanne was motivated to leave. She was out of there. Her heart had been out a long time. She was ready to go. Done. Finished. And he wasn't. He was only just getting word that she was planning on leaving. And a lot of times when people don't have time to adjust, they can act out in a panicked or angry fashion and exert a little bit more power than they might normally would exert. So I'm not saying these things because I think that he's innocent. I think, you have to wait for the trial and you have to wait to see how all the evidence plays out. But my opinion is, after being there, seeing the house, where it was actually located, how far 900 feet is, going straight down the front, right down to the water and then the bicycle. It certainly looks like he just, excuse me, it certainly looked like he was involved. Really, for my opinion, he did strange things. He said strange things. He did strange things. He lied. Lots of problems. Barrett's got a lot of problems. The DNA and the bank account, both of those things are real, and they carry a lot of weight, and they're very powerful. But in the end, I believe that Barry's own movements and words will be what do him in, bring him down. All right. I am going to go to bed. I'm sleepy. This is a very interesting storyline as it develops. Betty said, let's see, the real Fox News scroll on the bottom of the screen during the Gabby show said not a DNA match. It airs again in 1 hour. Dr. Latina says, I don't know about the DNA piece. I do know the autopsy has been reported as inconclusive for cause of death and that they are sending the remains to a forensic anthropologist. Now, it's actually been at the anthropologist for 2 days, Dr. Latina. The other thing that I learned yesterday that was verified is that they only had a portion of the jaw. So I don't know how they can get away with saying that they used a DNA match. Not a DNA match, a dental match. They're claiming that they came back with a positive identification off of dental matching, old school. But they don't have enough. They don't have enough of the tissue to do a dental. I'm going by what the surgeons told me. Fox will probably put on YouTube tomorrow. I missed the show until the last couple of minutes, but saw the no DNA match scroll. Good luck. Wow. Well, let's hope that it hasn't been cremated. But I'm with Dr. Latino on this. It's likely that the body is not even ready for a coroner or for the, I'm drawing a blank. The funeral home. It's probably still being processed by the anthropologist because they catalog every single thing. They measure every bone. It'll be there for weeks, would be my guess. Right, Dr. Latina? How long do you think the body would be there? It's been there 2 days. Well, yeah, right. In my fields, um, they called the cops over. They followed the rules. They didn't touch it, and the cops said, "Nah, it's nothing. It's no biggie. You can just throw it away." But it was something. It's their bottle. They've got the photographs to prove it, and now they've touched it. It's a disaster. This is a disaster of a case, and I can say the same exact thing about the Barry Morphew crap. He looks really guilty. He engaged in things that were highly suspect, but the cops completely dropped the ball. The prosecutor 100%, 100% dropped the ball. 100%. And you know what? I've been convinced that Barry was involved in something ever since he got Mallory to have her certified dead. And within 3 weeks, he was liquidating all of their assets. At that moment, I thought, well, Barry, that's some real interesting movement you got going on there. What are you doing? Where's your grief? Most people that lose a wife spend about 2 years in the home. Why? Because the home is your nest, and that's where you shared your life with your beloved, and you are comforted by their things, by their presence. People don't sell out and run when a loved one dies tragically. They can get DNA from the teeth. I don't think they can get it from the teeth. Don't they have to get it from the bone marrow? I think they have to get it from the bone marrow. Dr. Latina says that the body could be with the anthropologist. With an upright and fastidious law enforcement FBI, I would say that the body could be with them for weeks. With Northport police, who the hell knows? Exclamation mark. Amen, Dr. Latina. I'm picking up what you're putting down. It's crazy, isn't it? It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Have you seen these photographs, Dr. Latina? Look at this. Let me go back over to my document here. Hold on. Look at this. So there's the bottle that the young lady refused to touch, called the police over so they could see it. And then look at this. So this right here says bizarre design. This is a photograph of the inside of the van that was on Brian's Instagram account. Look, there's the damn water bottle. And then over here on the right side, this is the inside of the van when they were getting ready to leave on their trip. This is her quilt with the daisies on it and everything. And look right there on the left side of the picture, there's the water bottle, bigger than Dallas. And they ruined it. They ruined it. The cop said it's nothing. You can throw it away. You can do what you want to with it. That he completely destroyed the chain of evidence. It's crazy. It's the craziest damn thing I've ever seen. Charlie Faye says it's been a year since my mother's husband passed away. She has not moved anything. You know what, Charlie Faith? They don't even move the money, the change that they dropped in their little change jar at the end of the day, do they? They don't move the pencil that's laying just a certain direction on the desk. They don't move anything. I know. They won't wash the sheets on their bed because it smells, like their loved one, right? It not Barry. Nope. Barry got very busy liquidating his assets. He wanted every little dollar right there where he could put his hands on it at a moment's notice and hit the road. Highly suspect. Oh, you know what, Carol? Barry even sold her car. Sold her car. You know who bought the car? It was an investigator in Indiana. And you know what case that investigator investigated? Abby and Liberty. True. True. I talked to somebody that knows them. And that was the other thing, Arctic Cat. We waited for weeks. They said the body is consistent with what we would expect with Gabby. Well, she had tattoos, right? I mean, her tattoos were very distinctive. Still, they waited 2 weeks, 3 weeks before we got the DNA back, before they said, yes, this is Gabby, right? Did they do that with Brian? No. They found him, and in less than 24 hours, they were saying, the results have come back. This is Brian. Then people said, how? How did you get the results so fast? That's impossible. Oh, yeah, well, we use dental identification. We use dental records. We were old school. And then yesterday it came out they only have a portion of a jawbone. It doesn't even sound like they even have any damn teeth. If they have a teeth that is intact with no dental work at all done on it, that cannot be used because that's the natural state of any tooth, right? This is so sketch. It is so sketchy. Let's see. So Dr. Latino says if those are really Brian's teeth, they should be able to extract DNA, I guess, from the pulp. But the pulp's going to go away fairly quickly, right? In the water. I would think they would need bone marrow, which I guess technically pulp is, right? So if Fox News says they cannot get DNA, this is suspicious. Hell, the whole thing is suspicious. It's crazy. Yvette says, yes, they do use the pulp for DNA. Oh, me too, 12 steps. Horrible case. Exactly, Sarah. I hope Barry has nightmares of gnashing teeth from hundreds of squirrels. I love you, Lori Miller. I love you. You're my people. He doesn't deserve to be in nature. He's nothing but a destroyer. Agreed. Some people are like that. Some people just bring bad feelings wherever they go. Even some people on YouTube. Yes, I can get the pulp out of the teeth. I hope Barry has nightmares of gnashing teeth from hundreds of squirrels. They can use partial teeth if intact because roots are never the same and jaw area. I worked dental 30 years. The dental surgeon told me that they work on a percentage base and they have to have a certain, depending on the age of the person and everything, they have to have a certain number of teeth and they have to have dental work in the tooth. They can't use regular teeth. Well, I know, Sarah, right? That's what I said at the beginning of this. Is this going to turn out to be one of those things where the the conspiracy theorists are right? I mean, it's gotten really crazy. And look, y'all, on my community tab, I posted a YouTube channel, Popcorn Earth. Click on it, go watch it. He's got a young couple live in Florida. They built the underground bunker, and it looks exactly like the garden that's in the Laundrie's backyard. It's fascinating. Go watch it. You will rethink the whole, is this possible? Could somebody have done this? Thank you, Celabella, I think. But I work with kids too, so I got lots of kids and teenagers that talk to me. Maybe, Sarah. I don't know. Maybe so. Hard to know. Elizabeth Clemus, thank you. Um, so Elizabeth says, hold on, I'm going to pin this. So Elizabeth says, folks, there are 250,000 cold cases plus 6,000 more every year. Now we know why. Sadly, now we know why. Because they say, no, that's not important. Just throw it away. And we got people throwing away evidence at the direction of uninformed, can't be bothered, overweight police officers. Right? I am too, Diane, and I don't want it. I don't want that. I do not want that. CDT, what is that? I don't know what CDT is. "4 years and bridge guy hasn't been found, but Brian was found in a minute by psychic dad." And imagine all that Brian was found with. So a little piece of his jawbone, but an intact notebook with a letter, right? A backpack and a dry bag. Really? It's like something out of a movie. CDT is another true crime site. Okay. All right, y'all. Listen, I got to go to sleep. I am falling asleep while we're talking. Well, I'm not falling asleep, but I'm yawning. So, I really did not have a chance to get to my other stories, and I would love to have talked about Dr. Fauci, with Dr. Latina here. Dr. Latina, what the hell, right? That is a crazy story. Um, they found out that they were, in fact, doing research after he's been saying, no, 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 we didn't do any. Now that's come out that they did, was limited. And then they uncovered this terrible, research project that he conceived of and was oversight. I don't know what's going to happen now. Do you think he'll step down? Daddy's pants were very wet, Cinnamon. I'm with you. Yes, absolutely. Almost to the knee, right? Um, so I'm kind of freaked out about the whole Fauci developing story. And then the other is that we have another missing case in Moab. All right. Rand Paul calls for Fauci's firing over a lack of judgment. Interesting. Brian Laundrie's family attorney says that the family is not going to have a funeral. Let's see what this says. And yep, they are. They're opting for cremation. Additionally, the autopsy of Laundrie's remains has been inconclusive. Landry family history. Bertolino said in a statement to People that no manner or cause of death was determined. Laundrie's remains will be cremated and there will be no funeral. Laundrie's parents initially told investigators that he left the home on September 14th. We now believe the day Brian left to hike in the preserve was Monday, September 13th. And we also know that on the 10th, that Brian Laundrie ran out into the bayou behind the house. He was running away from the cops. So we know that happened too. Part of me thinks maybe he ran away and they never even got him to come back. Right? All right. So there's a lot going on. Even though some of these cases are now getting to the point that they're gonna, they're getting close to resolution. We got new stuff coming. And we'll cover it as best we can, right? I hope you'll keep an eye out for information on this whole DNA match problem. If you find something, would you mind, leaving a post on the community page, and then I'll see it. All right. I hope you guys have a good evening, and I'm gonna get some sleep, and I'll be back tomorrow. Talk to you later. Bye.